By the way, that's you when you were 17
Hmm.
looking, and this was when you beat Magnus on the same day, by the way, 17th of January. And I think we are going to name that as Anish Giri Day, because you beat him in 2011 and you beat him on 2023, and both of these days are 17th. And also, it was Tuesday, both days.
I don't think so, though. I think no, no. I don't think both Tuesdays or not?
Yes.
Yeah, I think so. Would have played Title Tuesday, but instead. No, no, but it's really remarkable. It's true. It makes you think of this astrology stuff, yeah? Because usually there is this, like, they tell sometimes, yeah, like the Saturn is crossing the Venus or something like this, and this is your moment to strike. So some astrological stuff is going on there. Definitely some miracles have to happen. Some stars have to cross each other's path for this to happen.
Yeah, absolutely. And going to this, I think Queen C2, what you played, and this entire opening that you played with Magnus Carlsen was, I guess, the key element of winning. You took a lot of risk somehow playing this, as you said, this pawn sacrifice, and then later on
Yeah, here,
going for
yes,
this.
I surprised him. I surprised him here. It's very important. I think I surprised him here. I'm not sure, of course, but I think that, of course, he's very smart about his opening choices, and about he thinks very smart about openings.
Yes.
It gives him the opportunity to not prepare as hard, because, like, famously, like, smart people can be more lazy, right? Going 10 times back and forth to pick up water, you can think of some smart trick, to go in a certain way that you have to go only once, like, so, like, when you're smart, you can do less work. I have a feeling he's like this. He's trying to be smart and trying to predict me. He knows me very well. But I have, at multiple occasions here, not followed my instinct and went against what I would usually do. And that's surprising, because so what he would expect me to do is Queen A4, I think, because that one is a very clean attempt. The line goes Knight F6 there, Knight H4, but castle is the solution. Knight F5, D5, Knight C3, I think. Yes, and now I think Knight D4 is the cleanest solution. And then you take on D4, CD, and this is going to be a forced draw. As you can already see, there is zero risk for it. I can take with Queen, I think, Bishop C5, come back. And the black has to make a few more accurate moves and it's draw. This is what I would normally do. I know all the different sidelines, and I would just be surprised by the opening choice, go here and make draw. For various of reasons, some of which are not only that I didn't want, it's not that I didn't even want to draw, but there were various of reasons that somehow made me choose Queen F5. And
It's
here,
like the inspired decision, right? This happened to you, I think, even in the last round with Rapport. Like you went G4.
yeah,
and...
but with Rapport, it was not inspired. It was very calculated. Here, it was a little irrational, but it was not entirely irrational. Like, I'm not going to give away why I didn't play Queen A4. There was more to it than just not wanting to make a draw. So I went Queen F5, Knight F6, E4, and this is also actually quite safe for white. Black usually goes G6, Queen F4, castle, E5, Knight H5, and then you can go with the queen to different squares. So it's an interesting position. Black is upper pawn, but white has a much nicer position. Yeah, Knight C3, Bishop H6 comes, and black has to be accurate here still. So somehow he was not expecting this, and then he played D6, E5, Queen D7, and I didn't remember. I remembered it suddenly. I remembered that I've seen the position with pawn on D6, the endgame. I've seen it in my prep for this guy in 2008 when I scored my second GM norm in Groningen Open. Yes. So last round I need to make a draw, but my opponent also needs a draw to win. But I need to make a draw for the norm, so I cannot leave it up to chance. And he played only Queen's Indian, so I prepared this line. And I remember this end game. Here you have to play a little bit. Yeah, you cannot force a draw. So I was looking at it in quite some detail, but I realized that now, first of all, of course I don't remember. It was more than 12 years ago. This was before even. It's like, what, 15 years ago. Insane, yeah? Gukesh was 1 year old at the time. Can you realize? Guki just started to walk.
Crawl, yeah.
No, walk. It was probably, yeah, but still falling sometimes. Imagine little Guki's going, get up, you have to be champion. Back, and so little Cookie was walking. I was analyzing this, evaluating this pawn on D6. It's such a complex position. Even now, it's struggling. It changes evaluation. I was thinking, how would this horrible Houdini 1.5a or whatever it is, how would it evaluate this position? And I was thinking, like, it could be even worse for white for all I know. Yeah, I don't remember anything. And I started calculating Queen C2 back also.
That's one of the main moves,
far.
yes?
Calculated very far, but okay, I don't know what it is, like, very unclear. I don't even know if it's a move. I remember for sure Queen E7 is a move. That's the main move. I remembered. But okay, Queen E2, the line is very fun. Queen C2, Knight B4, Queen E2, Bishop A6, Queen E1, forced line, Knight C2, Queen D2, Knight A1, EF, Bishop F6, Rook E1 check probably, Bishop E7, Knight C3, probably long castle. And I was looking at this, I was thinking, what is this? Looks actually cool for white, but okay, how do I know? I know that ED is a move. This I don't know, maybe it's not a move. So I didn't remember anything. I went for this ED. I was not so happy because he went Bishop F6. Rook E1 check is clear. King is good move. King F8. And now, okay, Knight C3. Of course, Knight belongs on C3, but here I was very worried about take on C3. BC Rook E8.
Yeah, this one you had mentioned, right?
Yeah, no, because here the serious long-term danger. If he goes knight a5 somewhere, trades light square bishops, if he gets the rook from h8 into the game, if he trades rooks, goes knight a5, comes back around. The problem is if he picks up my d pawn, my c pawn and a pawn are also weak.
Right.
I cannot break his structure. His structure I can only break with a4, a5, but after a4, knight is on a5. So he has this rook a7, b6, c5, and so the only issue in his position, which is huge, this rook on h8 is out of play. So that means that I have to not let it in. So I have to really, and I didn't know, maybe it's still prep for something of his. So I had to, without knowing this, had to be accurate, not to let, because f6, king f7 is coming. So I guess somewhere I could go maybe knight h4, but then knight a5 he goes. So I was thinking about things like bishop d2 or bishop f4, bishop d2, maybe let's say f6, knight h4, king f7 I have check. So he goes knight a5. I don't know. So then I went back, instead of bishop d2, maybe I can play, I don't know, some bishop f4. Yeah, f6, maybe bishop h3, maybe knight maybe knight cb8, maybe bishop. Okay, of course he is passive, but if he gets king f7 and trades rooks, and then doesn't need to win the d6 pawn yet. If he one day ever wins it, it's not going to be good enough. So there is like serious strategic risk here for white.
I understand your problem, because it's like white has to go move by move here, while black has long term.
Yeah, it's not like you can see now maybe 0-20, but it's not like white is not. It's not like white slightly better. For all I know, black could be slightly better. Okay, probably not. Okay, probably not, because right now it feels like rook on h8 is bad, and white has done nothing wrong in the opening. So I knew that I should not be worse at the moment because I've done all the normal moves. But there is definitely pressure on me to deliver good moves. So I was concerned by that. And instead of this, he played knight b4 because he knew something. That was the problem. He knew some old games that he had with white. And I didn't really remember anything. And I was looking at this knight before. I thought, okay, but I could just play knight e5. I thought he blundered this because it's so nice for me. Bishop b7, rook d8, rook d1. Now, if I lose the d6 pawn, it's a different story because I go a3 before to break these pawns apart. And while he needs time to bring the rook from h8, the scenario now is, even if I lose the d pawn, I go a3 before. While he brings the rook back out, I will trade the pawns and collect them back somehow. So there is no longer strategic risk here at all. Different story. So I was very happy with this turn of events. Okay, I assumed he will be accurate and probably he'll find some draw, but I already thought, okay, it's very nice. So I planned this d7, knight 2, knight d4. And my original plan was to go bishop c8. I thought this was not natural what he did. Bishop to c8. He goes knight e5 or knight d6. Let's say knight d6, whatever. And in the meantime, I'll go, let's say b4. He collects my d pawn and I collect his c pawn. And okay, there's knight e2 check right now. So I maybe need to make some other move to king g2 or something. And so what I was expecting to happen, let's say, is that while somehow it will peter out. I will take the a pawn and somehow it will be draw, like I'm comfortable. But then I started thinking, instead of bishop c8, because okay, I have time and so on, it's a classical game. I started thinking after knight d4, what if I go bishop d5, knight e5 and b4?
And yes.
Yeah, then I think he can go knight d7.
Right.
Okay, but it looks already like nicer for me even than that, because I have two bishops take bc, bishop out to e3 to a3. Definitely I can definitely regain the pawn anytime I want, and I'm without risk for sure. Maybe not clear if I'm better. And then I realized, what if I start with b4, which looked very suspicious for me because rook d7, bishop d5, and now there are all kinds of cross, like knight e2, knight f3 kind of checks, but somehow because there is x-ray on the rook, there is x-ray on the bishop to the knight, but nothing works because knight e2 I take, knight f3 I also take. So suddenly I see there's nothing, and I'm looking, and I think, okay, what is he has in mind? What is it that I'm missing? Because there must be a tactic. Because if not tactic, so I'm looking. I don't see it, but okay, it's Carlsen. I look. I don't know. I don't see it. So normally I would play it much faster, but I think very long because there must be some Carlsen tactic here. Yeah. I thought for a very long time because there are all kinds of cross pins. I don't see it. I could play safe. Yeah. Collect all my bravery together. Deep breath out and go for it. Yeah. Then think, okay, he probably blundered the fork. Did I blunder the fork? Still don't see it. So then I kept walking for like 10 minutes thinking which fork did I blunder. Then I realized, okay, he's thinking, he doesn't look happy. I didn't blunder any fork. I think, okay, doesn't mean that I'm better. And probably means that I'm better. Then I'm looking, okay, I'm better. Okay, he doesn't look happy. So what is he gonna play? And I'm thinking, okay, 95 BC, 96 BC, CB rook before. Yeah, everything is. And I think, okay, what move is gonna play? Not to resign right away, actually. Like, let's just change. Like, let's just go from I blundered the fork to actually, why is he not resigning? Yeah, like, and then the more I look at it, and then some point I realize, as he keeps thinking, I realize, because I'm already calm, I already know I didn't blunder a fork because he would have shown it. I realized that he's completely lost. Completely. It's actually like, maybe it's normal if you click through, but it's a complete miracle to me that from a tense position that felt like a more or less balanced. Like I have pluses, he has pluses. Of course, I don't risk because my position is, I run less risk because worst that can happen to me is I'm pawned down with the bishop pair. I mean, that's anyway okay. Worst that can happen to him is he doesn't get a rook out of h8. So of course my position is better. That I'm just completely winning, like completely. So he just played knight d6, and I was a little inaccurate actually.
And here, I think once you played your bishop here, although you were not
bishop
very
was inaccurate.
happy.
No, I blundered. You know why I played? I thought position is dead winning. So I thought he wants rook c8
Here.
after bishop c5. I thought that was his trick. And then I was going knight e4. And then I thought he wants to go knight e2, king g2, knight c3. And then I thought he might be missing that I go bishop d6, rook d6, knight d6. I hit c8 rook, and if king d6, I have bishop b7 check, knight d1, rook d1, and I collect. So I calculated this. I thought, okay, this is the last thing I have to calculate, and I'll do this. He'll resign. So I have bishop c5, and he looks a little bit like confused, and goes knight e6. And I realized that, oh, I blundered this move. Because bishop e6 doesn't win material somehow, king e6. Yeah, so and then I realized that okay, I like made a huge mistake because instead of bishop
did
c5,
you feel like at that point, oh my god, I've kind of botched up the win?
yeah, massively, yeah, because I did, like, I really my advantage reduces a lot. Like from completely winning, it becomes technical. So there is a win, I think, with knight e4, knight c5, knight c5, but of course when you don't have the computer, you don't see for sure. And the thing is that, okay, now the drawish tendency is very high. Opposite color bishops, even if somewhere he loses the pawn, imagine, it's already like opposite color bishops. So I didn't think beyond this very far. I just saw I'm not winning on the spot, and I stopped. But I am kind of winning, but I didn't think too deep into this. This is not good, not promising direction for me. So I went back, and I thought I have nothing better than I tried bishop takes d6, also some things. Or bishop d6, bishop d6 was interesting. Rook b7, but there's no discover check that does something. This doesn't do anything. So then I saw bishop before, but then I noticed that he has takes knight f5.
This one.
Very strong move, knight f5. He missed knight f5. He said rook c8, bishop before back. He missed knight f5. And okay, here I thought I have to probably go like bishop b3 back. We will trade both rooks, and okay, it's a fantastic endgame, of course.
Right.
But coming from a dead winning position, I'm not sure you want to convert.
You would take this endgame any day, but not from that position.
Yeah, I suspect it's a winning endgame. Also, a computer showed instead of bishop b3 that bishop takes e6. Somehow it wins the g pawn by force, surprisingly. So bishop takes e6, rook d1, king e6, rook e1 check, I think, and then rook e5, I think, and then rook g5, and I collect the g pawn.
Nice.
I'm not sure I would have seen that. Difficult sequence to give up the bishop that you saw treasure. But the position after bishop b3, trading rooks, it's like the computer gives around +2, +3, so it's probably winning. But it became technical from because instead of bishop c5, if you go 2 moves back, cleanest move he says rook e1 check. I was thinking knight a4, but rook e1 is even cleaner. Now after knight e6, which I thought, of course, is the move. Knight a4 now. Now knight c5, and now he collapses. And after king d8 instead of knight e6, which was the only move, he said, then simply bishop c5 now. And there is no more trick. This is like, I guess it's close to resignable, this position. Knight e8, rook b8, and king e8. But I just thought rook c8 is his only trick, so I slightly relaxed and, okay, missed this knight e6 idea. But after bishop b4, he didn't like this position with 2 bishops. He thought it's anyway lost. So he wanted to activate his pieces with a5, but after take rook c8, I think he expected me to follow my instincts, which is like knight e4, But the thing is, my instincts, they are like for when we play bullet, Okay, this is my instincts. But when we play Vaikanze tournament, I know that I'm completely winning and I cannot afford to mess it up. It's very different. Then I shut my instinct deep down, and I try to make the best move.
I think this was very nice, knight a4, because generally you are a little bit afraid of rook a7 stuff if you don't have time.
But exactly that's what I said. That's why instinctively you don't play. It's not my move. Knight a4 is not my move. Like, I never make knight. But of course, I know after knight e4, okay, he'll put some bishop on d4, and okay, it will get technical at some point. And I don't want it to be technical, because if it becomes technical, you can misconvert. So I wanted to win by force because of his lack of coordination. And in the game, yes, it was very converted, very accurate. Like, I kept betraying my instincts. So I went now, instead of natural check, I went to bc1, like trying to not give him king d8.
Very perfect, very precise.
Yeah, I was being like super accurate. And here after king f6, here I almost made a mistake. Bishop b5 is his last move. Yes. So here I didn't see bishop b5, of course. I was calculating like forced moves like knight d6 and all this. They don't work. And he goes bishop b5, kind of a waiting move to also improve my position, because I cannot win by force with bishop c4 or with there's no win by force. Or bishop e6 doesn't win. So I realized that he's pinned. He doesn't have a next move. So I was thinking to play first rook d3, I think. But the problem with rook d3 is that somehow the rook's no longer connected, and in some line it was relevant. So I didn't do it. And then I thought, okay, great idea, typical also of Carlsen. I'm gonna go king g2, stylish. And I was really liking that move. And suddenly it dawned on me, there is knight e3 check.
Oof, this would have been brutal.
Right into and now actually if you rook c1, like now he's actually fine. Like I give up my bishop pair, and now he has enough counterplay. Also my pawn structure is ruined. And this actually is very drawish. So I was very lucky not to do this. So I kept thinking there, and I found this forcing thing, check, and knight c5, takes rook c4, and now he even now I don't even trade rooks.
Bishop a5.
Vishy was saying that, okay, like, come on, why you are so precise? Just trade rooks and win. And I'm like, no, Vishy, you don't know. I've messed up too many times. This is not, no. He said, okay, come on. I said, no, Vishy, Vishy. 64 the king, you don't know me. This is the start of messing up. You don't trade rooks, you win a piece because then it's over.
Yeah, and this, I mean, when he resigned, it was amazing that you managed to win this game. But I think it was a very nice win. And also, after the game ended, Magnus was also very happy to sort of discuss the game and all. Like, I think he was in a different mood, yeah?
I think what makes these things, I know from my own experience. So when you're lost for last hour and a half, you have already accepted it more. So if let's say you were fine and you blundered just now and then you resign a minute later, it's very different state. So that moment when he thought for this like 40 minutes, when we both realized he's lost, that was when he had all the pain.
Right.
And he accepted his loss already there. Like not fully, but partly, largely. So I think he got over it by that point.